Hey guys, welcome back to Resale Dojo, where we grow our reselling businesses together. Now today is Thanksgiving, and so I felt like it was appropriate for me to go over why I am thankful for being able to be a full-time reseller. And you probably have a lot of these same reasons as well, but I just really wanted to go over and share why I am thankful for being able to be full-time as a reseller and what it's been able to do for me and for my family. And if you're thankful for being able to be a reseller, hit the thumbs up for me on this video. So before I go into why I'm thankful, I'm gonna give you a little backstory. Now, before I was a full-time reseller, I was actually in the corporate world. I was in the corporate world for I think 17 years or so, from being project manager, customer service, pricing manager, product managers, you name it, I probably handled it in some form or fashion in the corporate world. And that's a lot of time of being underneath someone else's thumb, doing something for someone else, making money for other people. And really, in a lot of those jobs, it is really hard on your family because you're putting a lot of work growing your status within the company, helping the company out, having to go on trips, leaving the parenting and stuff like that to the other spouse at home. And it was just a lot of stress on my wife because I would have to go on trips probably at least quarterly, and spend extra time at work for certain projects, and a lot of stuff with my son. I wasn't able to help out as much as I would want to just because I was just drained at the end of the day and end of the week. And it was not the best experience for all of us all around. My wife was stressed, I was stressed. I even know my son was a little stressed just because I wasn't home as much as I should have been. Now, eventually I was downsized by my company. I was let go with 2,000 other people. 6 months later, I think another 50 or 75 were let go. And then when COVID really hit, there was a huge group that got let go as well. So I was actually upset when I first got let go. But as my wife pointed out to me, she's like, you were not really happy in that job. You weren't doing really what you wanted to do. And maybe this is a blessing in disguise that you could go and follow whatever passion that you may have over the next couple of months. For the next 6 months, I was searching for jobs, but I also was part-time reselling. Now, I had been watching other resellers on YouTube for the last probably year or so before I was actually let go, and it looked like something I was interested in doing, but I did not have any time to do it. So as you know, when you've been let go, you actually have a lot of free time. You put in 4 applications a day, and then you're done. You're just waiting for someone to call you back. And in between all that time, I actually just went to thrift stores, learned how to pick, learned what I would like to sell. In over about 6 months, I grew my store from nothing to about $4,000 in monthly sales. And that was just doing it as a hobby. So after those 6 months of me growing my store, I talked to my wife and she's like, hey, you like this way more than you'd probably like going back into the corporate world. Just grow it to the level that it needs to be able to help support the family. And that was all the motivation that I needed, because knowing that I had her backing for doing this endeavor, it allowed me to, just have the balls to go and really grow the business to the levels that I felt like it should be. And after me doing it for really full time for 2 years now, it's actually grown to a level where I'm making more money in the last couple of months than I would have been making as a full-time corporate employee. So let me go into my why I'm thankful for being a reseller list. I wanted to give you guys that background because it will really help you understand why these certain points are why I am thankful for being able to be a full-time reseller. Your reasons may be different, whether it's full-time or part-time, but everyone else has different reasons for why this type of gig works for them. The first reason why I am thankful for being able to be a full-time reseller is that I'm able to run my own business the way that I want it. I'm able to set the hours that I'm able to work. I'm able to go in whatever categories I want to work. I'm able to make the right business relationships depending on how I feel that day even, or even that month or that year. I'm able to establish my business the way that I feel it should be. This is huge if you've been a corporate employee or if you've worked in retail or anywhere else. You know how it feels to be underneath someone else's thumb and them telling you what you should be doing day in and day out. They're setting the long-term strategies for the company, and you may have division or a product line or something like that. and you feel like it should be going in one direction, but they have like board of directors or vice presidents or whoever telling you that it should be going somewhere else. And that really grated on me when it came to it, where I felt like was supposed to have ownership of something and I didn't. But now in my own business, I'm able to do whatever the hell I want and no one could tell me different. Second thing I'm thankful for is being able to set my own hours. Every school day, I drop my son off at school. I pick him up from school as well. And in between, I handle everything that needs to be done with my business. I'm able to determine which days I'm going to go for long hours, which days I'm going to take off completely. And that is a real godsend for me and for my wife and for my son, because there's a lot of times where, you run into a thing that just comes up unexpectedly and you need to take care of it. And being able to have the flexibility in my business of being able to go and get the car fixed whenever it needs to be done, be home if some maintenance needs to be done on my house, any of that type of stuff is able to be done because I have the flexibility within my day. Another thing I'm thankful for is being able to spend more time with my family. Since I drive my son to school, I get to spend at least a half hour in the morning and afternoon with him, just solo in the car, getting to know how his day has been. Maybe we'll spend a lot of time with him in the evening, helping him on his homework, just chilling with him, chilling with my wife, and just really, relaxing in the hours that they're home after school or after work and before they go to bed. And since I have the flexibility in my business, once they go to bed, that's usually when I pound out some listings, do some research on different categories I want to maybe dive into, look up wholesalers, all that type of stuff in the time when usually that they're in bed and I have some free time. And the last thing I'm thankful for is that I'm able to scale my business to whatever levels I am comfortable with and where I want it to be. So depending on who you are, what situation you are in, where you are in life, the best thing about reselling is that you're able to make as little or as much money as you want. It's such a broad and flexible business that you could take it to whichever model that you want. Maybe you want it to be really small and compact and be able to churn a certain category over and over and over. Maybe you want it to be pretty broad-based. Maybe you want to go real big, go wholesale, and just go on 20% margins and just churn and churn and churn. You have a lot of capital based when it comes to it. There's so many different models that you could go with it. It's really cool because I see it as like a little game that I'm able to go and test out different hypotheses of how I feel like I should be able to grow different categories or products or just different platforms. And you're able to go out there, test them out, see how they work, and shift on the fly. Now, if you're working in a corporate environment, you're not able to shift on the fly. It's like turning the Titanic. But when you work for yourself as a reseller, you are like a little swift boat out there, able to go and zigzag in and out, do stuff that real big companies aren't able to do in a short period of time. So this is getting long. Let's wrap this up. Let me know down below in the comments, what are your reasons for being thankful for being able to be a full-time or part-time reseller? Or if even you're just looking to get into reselling, what are the reasons that you're looking to get into it? So thank you guys once again for joining me. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. Maybe check out one of the 2 videos over here. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.